Double down! Miller High Life Light. Best before December 12, 2016. Some smoke. Haven't you done enough Miller High Life Light videos? I asked myself quietly. Here's a Miller Light glass. More smoke. 110 calories. 4.1% alcohol. Full metal jacket. I have done videos on this beer before. Okay, $6.49 for a 12 pack at Walmart. Therefore, I bought 3 12 packs after all. That's about $3.25 a 6 pack. I bought 2 High Life, 1 High Life Light. Now, I have the Polish sausage on top of the pork and beans. The Polish sausage from how do you say that word? From Oklahoma. The smoked Gouda cheese from Wisconsin. The yellow onions from somewhere. Okay, so we're going to mix them up, get that cheese embedded down in the beans. Now I have this Dave's Insanity sauce. It was $6.69 for this little 5-ounce bottle at one store, and I was like, I don't know about that price. Then another store had it for $5.59. I said, I'm going for it. I'm going to go for it. It's supposed to be good for years. Like, I couldn't find a Best By date. I found a code here. L461-701-03-1557-2925. FCEO 7535. That's not particularly helpful. Okay, this is from San Francisco, California, but actually it's a product of Costa Rica. Costa Rica, no preservatives, gluten-free. The original hottest sauce in the universe. Now, they don't claim it is the hottest sauce in the universe, do they? It says the original one. I think it's from the early 1990s. Okay. So, I got this other one, Louisiana Supreme Hot Sauce. Never had it. Plan to try it. It's from St. Martinville, Louisiana. Okay, I've been to St. Martinville. There's an old hunting can. There's a pony. Alright. High Life. I put some black pepper on here too, okay? Uh-oh. It smells kind of sweet and peppery. I've been to Costa Rica, okay? We stayed at the Hotel Irazu. Okay. Now, I wipe it off my fingers, put it in my eyes. No. Okay, stayed at the Hotel Irazu. And we went to the Botanical Gardens. I went to the Underground Museum and the National Palace, which is now an opera house. Went to eat at the Salt Palace down in San Jose, downtown. Went to, is it Cartago? Had a great beef and cheese sandwich on thick bread. Went to the top of Mount Irazu. Oh yeah, went to Yaco Beach. Oh man. Okay, so stayed there a week. They had wonderful Italian food in Costa Rica, so many Italian immigrants, and they had the best coffee I've ever had. Okay, keep saying okay. Not too much of a head, but that's expected. Clear, bubbly, deeper gold than a Miller Lite. Honestly, okay. Oh, that's hot. Honestly, they have some literature available. I looked up the SAB Miller website, and they were talking about this beer is it's a light version of our unpretentious regular High Life, introduced in 1855, rebranded in 1903. So it says introduced in 03, but if you look on the website carefully or read literature carefully or go on their brewery tour, they say that it was originally called Fred Miller beer, Frederick Miller Lager, but it was Fred Miller beer, and they updated it to Miller High Life. In 1994, they introduced Miller High Life Light during the administration of Bill Clinton, which I brought up for no particular reason. Okay, here's something that Miller sent me. Miller, Who is the major stockholder of Miller, you ask? Well, Altria. You say, who in the world is Altria, who owns 27% of the company? At one time, they owned 100% of the company. Well, Altria, before all of these ridiculous lawsuits, was known as Philip Morris. Philip Morris acquired Miller in 1970, okay? They completed their buyout in 1970. And the Anheuser-Busch InBev / Molson Coors buyout should be finished by the end of 2016. Okay, so here in this literature it's talking about the below premium segment. Miller High Life is sold as a below premium beer. At one time it was sold as a premium beer. Now they say Miller High Life Light. There's old Meisterbrow and Meisterbrow. Well, heck, you know what? They don't list Miller High Life Light because this brochure was probably made, even though it was sent to me in '96. It was probably printed before then. I'll have to look at the copyright date. But there's the thing on the back, Philip Morris. Okay, the new Miller beer, that Miller Red, which I never bought it. I kept saying, I'm going to go get a can and a bottle for my collection. I went to the store, gone, never saw it again. I said, well, that teaches you something. If you have a chance to buy it, don't wait. Miller High Life fact sheet. Yeah, it tells right there. When introduced, 1855. Availability nationally. Miller Genuine Draft. Genuine Draft Light. Miller Light. Light Ice. Yes, Miller Light Ice. That is a fact. 125 calories. Don't know the ABV. Magnum, oh yeah. Low and brow, special dark. Yeah, I used to have some bottles of that. Oh well, I don't see it, so heck. Alright, Ice House. Ooh. And then all the Leinenkugel stuff, and so on and so on. Do I have a lot of literature and a lot of beer stuff? Do I have sort of a beer problem? No. It's a beer hobby. So I was writing to these companies 20 years ago. And you say, well, when did it kind of like cool down? When did you like chill on all that? I haven't. Okay, so let's see how it goes in these beans and cheese and sausage. Now I put some on my finger and I tasted it. Yeah, it was hot. Was it insanely hot? I don't think so. It was just like really hot. Yeah, that's a good kick to the food. All right. I'm still waiting to try the Super Duper Deluxe hot sauce that is really going to bring me to my knees. Miss Renfro's, the one that has the warning on it, the salsa, heck yeah, it's hot. I wiped my face with a towel as I was eating the chips. But it wasn't unbearable. Okay, back to this. This beer uses water, barley malt, dextrose corn syrup, hop extract, and yeast. Miller Lite is 4.2% alcohol. This is 4.1. 96 calories for a light, L-I-T-E. 110 for this. This has more body. I'll take the cap off now. And in my opinion, it has more flavor. Now my uncle born in 1942, he is like a confirmed Miller Lite addict. I mean, he drinks it all the time. But never before 6 a.m. and never after about 2 a.m. So he does have some kind of, parameters. Oh, but he loves to drink Miller Lite. Oh, he'll say, oh, that's fine. Oh, that is fine. Now, one time we were in Grand Isle. That is an island town. It's an island and a town on the Gulf Coast of Louisiana. And his younger brother had some Miller High Life Light in the fridge. And this must have been 1996 or so. right when I started getting into the beer sickness hobby. And I looked in there, I see these bottles of High Life Light. The bottle wasn't terribly different. I mean, it was, but not terribly so. And I think that's back when it said High Life in big bold block and then below Light. Remember, High Life used to say High Life. Miller was de-emphasized. People didn't care for that label too much. It didn't last. And my uncle, he's like, we need to go get some beer. I said, well, there's a whole bunch of beers in the fridge. Oh, he said, I tried that stuff. I said, what'd you think? He said, it was pretty good, but it was too rich for me. Now, this really stuck in my head. Now, it's been 20 years. I said, too rich. It's a light beer. So in his mind, it had too much flavor. It had too much sweetness and body for him. So he preferred his LITE. This is scored 1 out of 5 hop cones on the Cyclops scale. And SAB Miller uses the Cyclops scale. You can look up any of their beers on the SAB Miller website. Magnum, Mickey's Malt Liquor, any of that. They will give you the Cyclops scoring. It's very interesting. There's a hop bitterness. It's so minimal, but it's there. It balances it. It does have a little touch to it, but the body is there. The sweetness there. The sweetness is there. The grains, the corn syrup, dextrose, and it's not K-roll corn syrup. I've heard people say this again and again. It's too sweet. Look, brewer's syrup. You cannot go to the grocery store and buy brewer's syrup. They buy it from suppliers, and they buy it by the hundreds of thousands of gallons in these tanks. Okay. It's flavorless and colorless. Look up Beer Academy on Moosehead Brewing, and they'll explain this, the use of adjuncts. There's a whole chapter in that online book. Not to mention the online zithology book that's provided by Anheuser-Busch InBev on the Anheuser-Busch website. They say it's a flavorless, colorless liquid. It's not something you can buy in the store. And if it does produce corn or rice or sweet, overly sweet flavor, that means the brewing process was done incorrectly. It should not present itself. It's simply to give the beer body and to provide something for the yeast to eat, to make the alcohol, the sugar that the yeast will consume. Okay. Now you're going to say you're just trumpeting adjuncts. You're an adjunct fanatic. You're bound. You're a promoter or something. This hot sauce is really hot, but it has body. It's not just hot. You know, it has a depth of flavor to it that the heat goes like this, and then it drops, and then it's there. You know, it has that kind of taste. It says, here I am, heat, and then look at all these other aromatics and hot pepper notes. Wow. Everything out of Costa Rica must be wonderful. So, okay, a shill or whatever. So I'm not, okay, I like to do the double downs because if you've noticed, and if you watch my videos, you probably noticed, I'm more of a brand explorer than a reviewer in a lot of ways. That's my main interest, is to just study brands of beer, and this one's popular, this one died out, blah, 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 why did it do it? And I've always been like that. That's why I have this huge bottle and can collection. I mean, I find that most of the beers are pretty good. You can find some bad ones. You've seen my camo videos probably where I threw it against the fence. I mean, I knew it was bad going in. But the vast majority, craft and macro, yes, I said it. This beer has carbonation. Craft and macro, they're good. I mean, they're good. Okay, you say, well, what about, okay, Olympia? Yeah, okay, it's good. Somebody sent this to me years ago. They said, do a review. I like it. Here's a can that I bought on my own somewhere. Yeah, it's good. Here's a can I bought in Baton Rouge when Olympia was still sold in Baton Rouge in 1996. Olympia Dry Olympia. It's an oddball item. It's good. It tasted good. Bud Dry tasted good. Okay, I like them. They're not low quality, not bad. I mean, so that is my interest, okay? So Sorry about that. Okay, I like Miller High Life Light. If I was going to buy a light beer, and I just bought a 12-pack, this would be the one I'm grabbing. Or I'm going to grab Milwaukee's Best Light, another interesting item from around 1986, which is 2 out of 5 hop cones. It has more hoppiness than your average light beer. It has some body. It's a little thin. Has some body. Has some flavor. Or you can buy Light, L-I-T-E. You can buy Bud Light. You can buy Coors Light, your 3 big light beers. They're fine. I drink them when I work at Bingo because good grief, that's the only thing they'll offer over there. If I brought this, those knights would be just appalled. And all their customers would say, they might stop the whole proceedings. They might be calling out the ball. No H, right? I mean, B, H. B, High Life Light, get him out of the building. Get him out of the building. I want him out of the building. Because these people are like really dedicated to Coors Light, Bud Light, and Miller Light. And they do not deviate. And they're like brand loyal. Like the guys, like Ken, he only drinks Bud Light. The other one that drinks Coors Light. The other one drinks Miller. And I just rotate. I every third, turn. And they're looking at me like, what a weirdo. What a freak. He's such an idiot. He doesn't drink endless beers because they're free. You're working Bingo. You can have as many as you want. Why are you drinking one? We're drinking mixed drinks. I just poured scotch. He's drinking gin. And we're drinking endless, bottomless amounts of light beer, and you're drinking one because you're a weirdo, you nut. And I've had people like sit me down at these Knights of Columbus meetings and say, look, how many beers do you drink on a weekend? And I'm like, on a Saturday, 4. The guy's like, look, I drink 12, all right? That's what a normal... Are you homosexual? Because, that's I think that's what they're thinking. He only drinks 4 beers on a Saturday. He might be gay. We might have to kick him out. I mean, this is how deep it gets with that. It's like... and then I brought some English pale ales one time, and they were like... They tried it. They're like, okay, let me humor you. It's rich. It has body. I hate it. It's horrible. Get the garbage out of my face. You're an obvious homosexual. You drink those, limp-wristed beers from England. Now you're saying, oh, you're crazy. You're just going crazy. You're talking and I swear that is probably what they're thinking. Because it's like, wow, you drank 22 to 24 beers a week, and it's a set thing. And when you're offered endless amounts of beer, you drink one. So you like men. I don't know. It's just, I'm projecting my own thoughts into, but you can tell when people are thinking something ain't right. But anyway, getting back to planet Earth. I really like this beer. I mean, I'm always drinking this beer when I buy it. You know what I mean? It's a crazy world out there, people. And you just gotta make a double down. This here, I don't know. I was like scared after all the hype. Now I'm like, really? I mean, it's really good. It's worth the $5.59 plus tax. There's no doubt. This bottle will last a long time, not as long as I thought. Yeah, my tongue, it's on fire, but it ain't really on fire. So